incomprehensible, it's fun. It's really fun. There are scenes where like you can't really understand somebody, or things are going on in a different language, and there's so much invention and kind of like a dynamic freshness throughout this big book to keep it lively and enjoyable. And there's a corollary. Like you can read Ulysses and know that James Joyce read this book and was influenced by this book. It is interesting, if you've read Ulysses, Molly Bloom, Leopold's lady friend, goes out of her way to mention that she doesn't like Rabelais, which I found interesting. With the obscenity and the bodily functions and the humor and the satire and history and mythology and theology and all the things that you can find in this book, as it goes along, it really becomes a companion book in the same way that you can have with any other bedside book. What I mean by that is, if you know the general premise, the book is really conducive to almost like holy books, where at the beginning of the day or at the end of the evening, you can open it up to any page and read it the way that you might pick up Plutarch or Montaigne, who is, I think, a close contemporary, close to it. And I've been reading a bunch of big books recently and having a lot of fun. This is an author that, like Horace says, like the great works, the greatest works are useful and delightful. And not so much the first book, because that really is sort of sensational, but as it goes along, we still have all these great adventures. The book just starts going in so many different directions and becomes like very serious and thought-provoking, and gives you these moments of introspection. It's one of my favorite books. The last thing I think I want to say is, it's a book that rewards you the more that you've read, or the more that you've been alive. The more experience that you have, the more rewarding the book is. If you've read Homer and the Bible and Horace and Ovid and Dante and whatever, it's a book that rewards. And I mentioned Ulysses earlier, and I think, at least for me anyway, there's a distinction, because I felt like there was a lack of return and investment with reading more and reading Ulysses compared to this book, where if you've read the ancients and then read the this book is a very humanist book along the lines of Erasmus, which was another big inspiration to the Enlightenment thinkers and modernist thinkers, and on and on. there's a sweet spot of the culmination of a reading life. And every time I go back to this book, which is a book that I dip into as like a tableside book quite often, the more I go back to it, the more rewarding I find it to be. This is the first time in a while that I've read it cover to cover. And also, I feel like it's important to make a special mention to this packaging and the translation by M.A. Screech. I think this is just like an admirable production. Instead of having tons and tons of footnotes or endnotes, each portion will have a little introductory prelude explaining things that you might need to know. And it's done in very competently and in a way that's very easily digestible, I suppose. So, Gargantua and Pantagruel by Rabelais. I could make 10 videos in 10 different directions. I mean, it's like holding up the Bible or something. It's truly a gigantic world of a book. But I love it, and I'm happy that I read it. Let me know if you've read Gargantua and Pantagruel. Let me know if I've pronounced anything correctly. And so thank you for watching. Please leave a comment if you would like, and take care.